All right, I'm live. Let me make sure I'm live, and then I will get started. Let me just check here. Not seeing myself live yet. Okay. That's on the business page. And there we go. All right. So, hey guys, how is everybody doing today? I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're having a less hectic day than me. I've had definitely a hectic day today, but I'm here, and we're here going through the quick content creation webinar, which is really all about how to be more efficient in your content creation, and I'm going to give you some tips, tools, and ways to do that. So let me see here. As you guys join, just let me know where you're joining from, and I don't know, anything you want to put in there. Just let me know you're joining, and then also put hashtag live so I know that you are joining live. I'm really bad at telling people to do those things, so I'm trying to remember that now. So as you join, just let me know that you are here, and we will start in on the quick content creation in 2 seconds once I get my presenter screen up and get you guys seeing what you should be seeing. Like this. There we go. And there I am. Awesome. Okay. So I'm going to hop right into quick content creation. What am I talking about, or who am I? For those of you who don't know who I am, I'm your friendly neighborhood social media guru. I'm also the regional social media director for BNI Hudson Valley. I'm the owner of JRH Graphics and Success on Social. Both of these businesses help businesses tell their story on social media and beyond. I believe in the power of stories, and that when your business is built around your story, it has a much better chance of being sustainable and successful. And I provide the tools, the tips, the tricks, and everything you need from, to create any content, and anything you need to really show up on social media is what I help you with. And I had to do that, and that was overwhelming. So I understand where you're coming from, and I'm here to help you guys all out. So I have hello from a Facebook user. How are you? Awesome. I'm glad you're here watching live. So let's jump into what we're going to do today, which is handling content. Content is king on social media, and content is a big deal, just in case you didn't know. So let's jump right into it. We're ready to go. So content is king, but it's hard to create. You could go one of two ways with content, and only one of them is really going to help you out. So you could get overwhelmed and just throw things at the wall, or you can create content in a different way. And that different way is you want to create content that tells your story. You want to avoid the cat memes where possible. And, in general, you want to avoid cat memes unless you're a cat groomer, a cat adoption agency. Other than that, a cat lover, yes. If you're a cat lover and you want to put in every once in a while, fine, it works, especially as social media gold. We'll talk about that one. But other than that, you really want to talk about you, your story, what makes you special. And and people have heard me say this over and over and over again, but people are buying you, not your product. So you need to sell you. And the way you sell you is by telling your story on social media and by not selling. So while my internet is slow today, I'm sorry about that dragging. But cat memes do not equal success on social media, just in case you didn't know. Other things that don't equal success on social media, just random selfies, random glasses of wine, a dog taking a picture of itself, all of your food, unless it has a reason, unless it ties back to what you do on social media and you tie it back with your story, all this stuff is just superfluous and ornamental. So yeah, you can post it sometimes on your personal page. You can include it in your content if it has a reason, but really you need to focus on telling your story. And if these things help you tell your story, then you use them to tell your story. But other than that, you don't use them. All right. I got to be patient today. So once again, success on social is not built on the back of cat memes. it is built on the back of your story. Your story is your foundation, and it's where you start. So how do you build your content based on your story? Hey, Rick. So the way you do that, or the way that I help you do that, is through the 9 essential posts. So 9 essential posts are 9 types, 9 areas of content that perform really well, and you can tell your story in. So that's where you're going to start. The 9 essential posts, guess what? Just got a facelift. It is brand new, brand spanking new. Hey, Alan. Yes, superfluous and ornamental. 2 of my favorite words, really. So we're going to go through the 9 essential posts and their facelift and all the special content that you're going to get from them. So let's take a look. So your success on social, like I said, is built on your story. It's how you solve problems, what you say, how you connect, and mostly how you make people feel. So if you want to do all of these things, you have to have a vehicle. And our vehicle is social media, and we use the 9 essential posts. What are the 9 essential posts? Popping up right here. Your 9 essential posts are your edutaining posts, which is my favorite, and really what most of your content should be on social media. Your edutaining posts are the ones that are educational, informative, useful. They help your followers solve a problem that they're having. Then you have your customer posts. So those are posts about your customers and including your customers. Motivational quotes, everybody's favorite, not mine until this pandemic hit, and I realized that they do actually serve a very important purpose. A day in the life. So everybody loves a peek behind the curtain, things they're not supposed to see. So that day in the life posts are really where you give them that. Your product posts. So your product posts are talking about what problems you solve and how does it make the customer feel when the problem is solved. And also, how did the customer feel when they came to you and they were having that problem? Are they overwhelmed? Are they sad? Are they angry? Are they upset? What is it that they're feeling and what will you bring them to? So that's your product post. Your social media gold. Okay, so here's where you can use your cat memes if you're a cat lover. It's the dogs, the babies, the food, the wine, the coffee, the things that are highly engaging and connect with people. That's your social media gold. Your neighborhood posts are things that are happening in your neighborhood because it shows how you interact with your business, with other businesses and other people in your neighborhood. The giveaways. Guess what? The 9 essential posts is a giveaway, and I'll give you a link to get it at the end. So the 9 essential posts is a giveaway, and your employee posts. So you have employees, and if you don't, you have collaborators. You have people that you are in business with or you're doing projects with that you work with. And how do you work with them? Who's there? How can they tell your story? The employee post is a way of having another person tell your story, just like the customer post is. We'll talk about that. All right, so let's go. So the 9 essential posts helps you tell your story by allowing you to create original content. How many of you guys search all of social media looking for content that somebody else has used that you can repost? The 9 essential posts actually helps you build out your original content. It's original content that tells your original story. It provides you consistent topics to discuss, so you're not all over the place. You're not going, today I'm going to talk about these things, and then tomorrow I'm going to talk, today I'm going to talk about my cat, and tomorrow I'm going to talk about food you can make, and then the next day I'm going to talk about, what I do in my business. Oh, I haven't talked about that in 10 posts or so, maybe I'll talk about what I do in my business. The 9 essential posts gives you 9 topics that all kind of connect to your business and your story that you can use in a simple rotation, and that rotation is 1 through 9. And then guess what? When you get to 9, you start up at 1 again. And it tells your story consistently. It builds your audience to know what's coming. They have habits. They know when you're posting. It is a great way to be consistent on social media. It focuses the aspects of your business, what aspects of your business you want customers to see very easily, because you will talk about them in your 9 essential posts. It provides you an opportunity for others to contribute, like your customers and your collaborators. So you're not creating all the content yourself. And what the 9 essential posts is built on is daily occurrences. so that you're not always looking for, and I'm going to give you a great example of this. You're not always looking for something to tell. It happens all the time. So the 9 Essential Post wasn't developed when this happened, but I was working at Catholic University, and this is where I was doing a lot of content creation, a lot of social media when I was with Barnes & Noble College bookstores. And we had a similar sort of thing. We would tell stories about what was happening at the store in different ways. And one of the things that we always told about is what events we had coming up. And we talked about how we prepared for the events and stuff like that. So we had a pretty good idea of what, we could use our daily occurrences to tell the bigger picture. Now, if I hadn't had this and say the Pope was visiting campus, how overwhelmed do you think I would be about having to cover the Pope visiting campus while on my social media at the store? Incredibly overwhelmed. And this did happen. He was visiting campus and we were covering it on our social media, but we covered it like it was any other event because we knew that it was an event that was telling the bigger picture, that we were involved on campus and we'd make sure that you guys got all the information you needed and all the things that were happening. We provided you the schedules and all of that. But we told it just the same way we told any other story. So it allows you, and the 9 Essential Posts, it really allows you to use those daily occurrences to tell a bigger story, tell how you're involved in the community, tell how you're doing things that work towards the greater good. So that's just, an example of, because I would be overwhelmed. I wouldn't know exactly how to tell the Pope's story. So, all right. Let's see. Let's move right on to the next one. Thank you guys for watching and joining in. We are going to go right into the posts. So, and you're going to see some examples of posts that I've used on social media for my clients, for people that I've worked with, and in my classes. So the edutaining posts, these are the ones where you're educating, you're providing answers to your followers. You're helping them out and getting them the information that they need from you. You're establishing yourself as an expert. So you can post things about, particular exercises. You can post things about how to build a stronger relationship with your followers because you want to, do business with them. You can show how to establish your expertise. You could, if you're a real estate agent, you can sit down and tell them what they need to have ready when they're buying a house right now. All of these things that are providing tidbits and useful information that your followers can actually use is what goes into edutaining posts. But also don't forget about the educational part of it or the entertaining part of it. They should be entertaining. It should be, forget about the educational part of it. They should be entertaining. It should be fun. It should be interesting ways to consume the content. So think about different ways that you can put things out there. All right, next one. I'm going to go through these really quick, guys, because there is a workbook of these. So customer posts. Now, customer posts are things like your, let's see, what you sell and your customers using what you sell. But it can also be reviews, like what did your customers say about what you sell? And how are they using the things that you're selling? Are they enjoying your product? What is a general customer interaction on your website or in your store? Or how do people, when they walk into an open house, what do they see? So there's a lot of different ways that you can feature customer posts. So one of the things about the 9 Essential Posts is while you're going to have 9 essential posts, in each one, you should have 2 or 3 ways that you can tell those 9 essential posts, which is great because it's still telling a customer story, but you're telling it in a slightly different way each time. Let's go on. Next one is the motivational quotes. Now, people, you can have all the motivational quotes, everyone, whatever you want to use. But does it apply to your business? Is it brand appropriate? Is it something that you would say? So while I've been in the past very hard on motivational quotes because everybody does them, there is this self-actualization that happens when people see motivational quotes. And this self like, oh my God, that's me. Now, you want to attract people that you want to do business with. So you want to make sure that the quotes that you're using say something about your business, say something about you. So they don't only have to be just general motivational quotes, but they could be things that you say. They can be things that you find are really, really important in your business. They can also be what your brand values are. Like, what are the values in your business? in like 3 words. What are they? Use them. Or for me, I always use the work towards creating a business that is authentically you. It is nothing but you and uniquely you. You know why? Because what's going to set you apart in your business is you. So you might as well work towards creating a business that's centered around your story and what you do. So I use that quote every once in a while on social media because I want people to know that that's something that I really believe in. All right, so we're moving right along. I'm going to move through these fast because we got a lot of other stuff too. So like I said, a day in the life. So what is it that you're doing? What do you do on your day-to-day? Are you a realtor? Are you showing people houses? Are you a construction person and you're on the work site in the morning? Are you a photographer? Are you a business coach? Are you staring at the sun? Are you in a fake library? I'm in a fake library there. That's just wallpaper. It's not real. Whatever it is that you're doing. And then why are you there? What aspect of your life, your business is going on in that location? What is happening today? Tell people about what is happening in your day-to-day because they want to know. You're going to think it's boring. I'm doing these things. I'm preparing for a webinar. People actually want to know what you're doing in your day-to-day. So, and that's important because you're not boring to them. You're intriguing for them. So don't think you're boring. Just like you guys need to know, and we all need to know that we know things that other people don't. And that's what value you're sharing on social media. So let's talk about the product post. Now, I put up there a whole bunch of products. A whole bunch of things that could be products, whether it's my caption toolkit or an online tutorial. How to put on makeup is one of the ones that is like constantly in my feed. One of my former students runs a makeup company. So she is always in my feed, and then the connecting post that I help her research is always in my feed. So I always know how to put on my makeup. But it's more than just the product. Like I was saying, your product post is about the emotions that they have before they find you and you solve their problem, and what it feels like when their problem is solved. The product post is really about the service or product that you offer that solves a problem for your customer. So your customer comes in and they're in pain because they can't get their social media done in the time that's allotted. So they come to me and they're in pain. And I work them through a process that gets them to be happy, able to post their social media in the time allotted, and really able to make sense of it and tell their story. Pain to gain. How can you tell that pain to gain story on social media very clearly and kind of really attaching it to overwhelmed, sad, angry, can't do social media, happy? 2 very different emotions that you're working to take your clients from wherever their pain is to happy. So you're selling happy, and everybody wants to sell happy. All right, social media gold. Like I said, who doesn't love a dog on a skateboard? With sunglasses on, nonetheless. Or coffee. Everybody eats. Most people drink coffee. Most people think babies are adorable. These are things that are really, they connect with people. That's why they're social media gold. They're the things that everybody loves. Pizza, everybody loves coffee, everybody loves dogs. And even if they don't love dogs, they think dogs are cute when they're on a skateboard with their sunglasses on or staring up at their dad while he's giving a webinar. That was 2 months ago when I was giving a webinar. So these are things that connect with people. People always like. And why are these important for your social media? Let's say you know that you have a post that you're talking about a product and it's really important that you get it out there and you want more people to see it. The best way to actually get more people to see it, obviously there's some other strategies, but put a post that everybody's going to engage with right before it. So use your social media gold post maybe right before your product post, because your product posts are never going to perform as well. But when you lead in with something that says, anytime anybody likes it, it says, algorithm, hey, algorithm, this person's putting up valuable content. And the algorithm says, okay, there's more people liking it, so it's valuable. So I'm going to show their content to more people. So then your next post will get shown starting out to more people. because your previous post had more value. So use it to beat the algorithm. Get something that's going to engage higher, put it before something you know is really important that you put out there, but it may not engage quite as well. All right, neighborhood posts. These are things happening in your neighborhood. Just like your employee posts that show how you interact with employees and your values with employees, these are great ways to show how you interact with the neighborhood, how you view your role as a business person, and just what's happening in your area so that you can help that people in your area actually know what's happening. And you can be a resource and an expert on that as well. So neighborhood posts are they're fun posts. They're great ways to get other people involved in your business. They're great ways to build up collaborations, because even if you just feature somebody in a neighboring business in your calendar, that's getting them exposure. They're more likely to then feature you in their calendar, getting you exposure. And then maybe you decide, hey, let's do an event together. And then you get both of the audiences from each other, and your audiences are kind of merged, and it helps you build your social media audience. So neighborhood posts are really important ones there as well. Your giveaways, your gift with purchases, your free stuff, your, hey, buy one, get one. All of these giveaways are you give a little to get a little. And what you want with most of these is somebody to give you their email address. So this is one of those posts, and it's one of the only of the it's the only non-essential post that I really treat as a selling post. And when you're on social media, you only sell about 20% of the time. The rest of your content should be educational, useful, entertaining. So it's your edutainment. It's your edutaining content. Whatever it is, that's 80% of it. Selling is 20% of it. So 1 of 9 is a little bit more than 10%, a little bit less than 20%. I give you 1 of 9 to sell. Now, you can add the value here by giving them really useful things, like the 9 essential posts, but it's still a selling post. People are still going to be asked to give their email address to sign up for something. It's all well and good. It falls within your 20%, but you have to remember that you are selling in this post because you're asking to get something. And then finally, your employee posts, like I was talking about, any different collaborations, any views from your employees, anything that your employees do that's interesting on behind the scenes with your employees, another great thing to do, because because people want to see behind the scenes, and your employees are no different than yourself. All right, so I'm going to move right on, and I'm just looking for the link I can drop which is not showing up. Yay, I'll get it for you guys in a second. I'll pull that link for you. All right, so next, how do these 9 essential posts make content creation quicker? So before you had my 9 essential posts, which might still be right now, but I went through them with you. Before my 9 essential posts, you'd endlessly scroll looking for content to post every day. Is that one of you? Were you an endless scroller? Put a endless scroller in the comments there if you were an endless scroller. Or did you create content that was not always on brand because you borrowed it from somebody else? Or you were inconsistent in the types and quality of content you posted? Or you never had any of your differentiators highlighted? And or you were one of those people that said, what story? What story am I telling? So with the 9 essential posts, you know exactly what you need to post every day. If you're posting 3 days a week, for the first week, you post number 1, 2, and 3 on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. If you're posting 3 days a week, then on the second week, you go 4, 5, and 6, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So you know what to post. All the content can have a brand focus, align with your branding properly. You can take your own pictures. I always recommend it. And you can tell your story with it. What are you doing? How is this showing up in your business right now? How is it showing up in your business in the past? What bigger picture is it working towards? It also creates a consistent schedule and types of content, increasing the quality in less time. So your quality is going to be much better because you're going to get really good at writing these posts. And your differentiators are abundantly evident throughout the 9 essential posts because you're talking about your story. You're talking about what you do and what you do differently. So with the 9 posts, you're able to create content in a much quicker way because it gives you the framework for your social media content, and that is hard. And not having a framework makes life really hard. All right, what else does it do? It makes it so much easier to tell your story. It's super easy because you can tell it in all these different ways, in all the different occurrences and how things are showing up on your posts. So this is where I was hoping my link would be, and I'm going to get the link for you. There is a free version of the 9 Essential Posts. It's 24 pages of content and worksheets. It shows you how to use your 9 Essential Posts, how to identify the posts in your day-to-day, and it is free to all. Let me pull that link right now because I'm going to grab it for you. Give me 2 seconds. I thought I had it, but I copied it with the Zoom link, and then I put the Zoom link in there accidentally. So, 2 seconds. So there's that on right here. Copy. I'm going to drop this into the chat here, guys. Right there. No. And one more place, because I'm in the social life, and I know I'm showing up live here somewhere. I saw myself live. Not going to find it again, am I? And I'll drop it on the page through the comments in StreamYard. All right. There we go. So that's the Zoom room for later. And that's posting. And then the one right after it is the 9 Essential Posts. And you can download that right there. Now, if you, let's see if I go over here. I'm switching all my screens. Now, if you like, there's the Pro Edition of the 9 Essential Posts. And what does the Pro Edition of the 9 Essential Posts actually have? Well, it has a lot of pages per post, but it provides your framework and prompts to help you focus your posts on your story and what's happening in your business in the day-to-day, what you could use in different ways to show off your business, your story, and so on. There's 6 pages per post. It is 61, maybe 63 pages of content and worksheets. It has a video that's attached describing how to utilize the post. It also has a free 30-minute anti-social content review included. It includes how to utilize the posts from basics to longer form content and story prompts and posting ideas. So it has a whole lot of stuff for you. If you decide that you want to download that, which it'll be available on Monday for download, I have to get the link for the video in there, and I screwed it up. Sorry. But they are going to be fillable worksheets and workbooks. If you decide to get the larger one, I recommend not printing it all out. There it's all on white pages, but it's 61 or 63 pages of content. So it's a lot of stuff. It will be fillable. You'll be able to use it that way. So that is one of the ways that you can create content faster. And I swear I'm going to be quick for the last 2, 3, 5, 10, 15 things I got here. But other ways to create content quickly. Let's talk about blogging. So your blog, and you're going to tell me it takes a long time to write a blog. However, if you spend an hour crafting a blog that has maybe one main idea, 3 main points, a few supporting points, and they all contribute to the main purpose of your blog, how many pieces of social media content do you think you could create from just that one blog? Let me know in the comments, because I can tell you that I was surprised at how much content I could create from one blog post. So I did an exercise, and I call it an exercise in abundance, and I broke down this brand storytelling matters, tips for a powerful story, into social media content pieces. Now, mind you, this brand storytelling matters piece, this blog, I actually used chunks of it in YYY, which is the training that Susan Giddings and I just did. And this is a very full blog. So it's huge. But I was able to create, using my breaking down the blog formula, 14 strong social posts, meaning there was about 24 things I could post on. But 14 of them were strong, like had multiple things I could talk about and a solid photo that I could use. 14 strong social media posts. So I could create a post on how to create connections. I could create a post on selling your emotions. Being heard in a crowded marketplace, because if you don't have a strong brand story, you're not going to be heard. How your brand story creates uniqueness that allows you to stand out. I could use an example post on that one. Discuss why your story is the most powerful and flexible tool in your toolkit. Review the key aspects of brand story, because I had a part of that blog that reviewed the key aspects of brand story. I could share the TED Talks. I could share the Eco Story resources. I could post how I tap into my emotions. I don't have emotions, but all those things. And then I could explain the why, which obviously was the why that Susan and Giddings and I just did. I could explain the why and really build that out in a longer form post, which ended up being a much longer form post that had many other posts related with it. So really, I could say this was 14 strong social media posts or a 3-part learning series that had like 40 other posts. Your blog is huge. You can, in an hour, create a lot of social media content that you can then schedule out over the course of time. Another quick content creation strategy. Let's talk about video. So I have the episode 15 of season 2 of the Antisocial Guy's Guide to Social Media. How to not be a DM creeper. So that's a 12-minute video. Took me about 20 minutes to record. And each antisocial guy takes me about 45 minutes of editing to get it so I'm comfortable putting it out there. So, 20 minutes to record, 45 minutes, that's about an hour. 65 minutes, that's an hour to create one video. Now, that's going to go out as a video on its own because the Antisocial Guy always put out as a full video. Now, I went through that video last night and I broke it down into other parts that I wanted to share on social media. And I have a 4-minute clip from the Antisocial Guy that goes through how to use your Instagram DMs for audience growth. Took me about 10 minutes to edit. It was already recorded. Then I have another one, a 3-minute clip for the Antisocial Guy group, for the group that goes, you don't get married on the first date, so don't send a DM on the first date. It's the same thing. You don't just go for the gold. You have to, slowly work in, get to know people. So that's a 3-minute post, and that also took 10 minutes for me to edit. It was already recorded. So I pulled it from the video, I edited it down to what I wanted to use, and it's ready to go on social media as a 3-minute post. So I've got 12 minutes, 19 minutes on this. Now, what else did I do? Well, I had the same thing, and I wanted to create some social media posts. So like shorter form, like could be a minute, 45 seconds to a minute. So I created the Engage Before You DM video, which is about 45 seconds. The how to use your voice in your DMs, because I talked about it in this one, and how to use DMs advanced relationships. So how you can use your DMs to build your relationships and grow them. Took me about 15 minutes to edit those 3 videos. So that's 3 more videos, each a minute long. Then I had the 2 that I wanted to do for Instagram. So I have Don't Friend and Send, which is don't friend them and immediately send a direct message. I hate that. And that's DM on Instagram or people that friend and send all the time, just like on LinkedIn. So I have a video talking about don't friend and send. And then I have how to not be a DM creeper. Those, because I had to edit the photos along with them to put them up on Instagram, those each took about 20 minutes to do. So in that one video, I had a 12-minute video that provided 25 minutes of content and 8 social media posts. That is the best way to maximize your efforts, extend the life of your content, alleviate a lot of the overwhelm because it doesn't take it that much time, and make your content creation quicker. So now you're going to tell me that you hate doing video and you hate live video and you would never do what I'm doing right now. I wouldn't either. Actually, less than a year ago, I wouldn't either. So I'm going to tell you guys, and I'm going to put this out there. This will be out in the group as well. If you have not heard me talk about Eve's Visibility Gym, then you might be living under a rock. But if you haven't, Eve's Visibility Gym is the one video challenge that actually got me to do live video, to feel comfortable in front of the camera, to know what I should be doing. And it launches again October 26th as well as November 23rd. If you sign up for it, I will do it right along with you. So anybody that does the Visibility Gym, you let me know and I do it right along with you. So I'll be there to support you. Eve is an amazing support. It's a 10-day challenge. And I know some of the people in the group did it last time. Lorraine did it last time. Mel did it last time. It is a phenomenal challenge. I recommend you take me up on it. I will do it again. It will be my 4th time doing the Visibility Gym. But if you do it, I will do it. I'll be there to support you, and we'll have a good time. So that is coming up October 26th and November 23rd. You'll see more about that as well. And all right. So what are some other ways that you can create content quicker? So you've heard me talk about document, don't create. Record yourself doing things in your day-to-day and then show people what you do in your day-to-day. It's a great way to create your behind-the-scenes content, your day-in-the-life content. It's also what people want to see. So user-generated content. Do you have people that created content for you because they love your product? Or did you have a contest where you asked people to create a post talking about your product? Use that content. That is content somebody else created for you and you can use in your social media. That's the quickest way to create content. Use somebody else's stuff. You just need to ask for permission. Make sure that they are aware, and most people are aware when they tag you that you are probably going to repost it. Just make sure that they're aware that you're going to do that. I talk about this all the time. What is your story arc? Write out your story arc in advance and know where you're going with your content. Live video content. I go live and I talk about 12 really important things in, how to create content. I can use this live video now to create more content, just like I did the Antisocial Guys piece that I used as an example here. I can create more content using this piece as content. Planning versatile content. One of the most important things, and it really goes with smart planning and stacking your content. So when I say stack my content, I want to be talking about things that I'm talking about across all of my social media platforms, maybe in a different way, but also in what I'm doing in my day-to-day. Because if I can create content that's showing me creating content about what quicker ways to create content, guess what I'm doing in my course right now? We're talking about content creation strategies. We're talking about ways that I can break down content that I'm already delivering and make it into more content. So I'm using all that I'm doing. I stack my content and I stack what I'm talking about on social media so that I'm doing that in other areas as well, so that I'm automatically creating content that I can use and rotate across. I could use what I'm doing here in my course next time I teach my course. And I can use my course next time I teach here about content creation, ways to do that. So think about how you can plan your days and plan what you're doing in your business a little bit smarter so that you can create content that shows off what you're doing and use that in your business. I am the best accountability buddy for Visibility Gym. So join, it'll be fun. All right. So now there's always more stuff in the social life. And one of the greatest content creation strategies is not really creating, but reducing, reusing, and repurposing. It's actually reduce the time you spend creating content by reusing content you've already used and repurpose that, your best performing content, into new content. Now, last month I talked about how to repurpose content in a very long mini session. The repurposing content mini session, which is available in the group. It's actually only available in the group right now. So if you want access to all of those tools that I gave you, you are going to join me in the social life. And you can get into the social life by clicking this link that I'm going to share. Well, okay. And now you're going to meet me in the Zoom room. So that's really what I wanted to go over. I'm going to pop the link to join me in the social life in this chat as well. You can join me in the social life. That is your social media support group. And I'm there teaching at least 3 days a week. So it's a great way to get some more information, get to know me, learn from me. Hopefully I'll be teaching you stuff. But now I'm going to open up the Zoom room, and you can ask me any questions you have about this or anything else. So the link, let me see. I see the link posted. So the link should be there. I'm going to go open it up. The room number I will leave right here for you. I'm just going to disappear for a second. And so join me over there in a few seconds. All right, guys. Thank you very, very much. Drop the link as well.